So, this is not gonna be your average YouTube clip. This is World War III politics. You see, I'm not in the mood for memes anymore. I'm not in the mood for the internet anymore. The attack on April 21st towards the Catholic and Christian religion in Sri Lanka enemies of me did that. You know? So, for a while it was all good, you know. I entered the Palestinian conflict in the Middle East because someone on Twitter followed me. His name is Mohammed Smiri. And I didn't do nothing. I didn't expect that my politics would actually work. But then something happened to me on the streets of Vienna. I met the president, right-hand man of Iran. And he told me, I know of your grandfather. He told me your grandfather's architecture existed in Iran. After I learned that the current president of Iran knows my grandfather, I then realized my name does have power in the Middle East. I then followed on. I used a friend of mine in the Czech Republic. I asked him, does he know my grandfather? And he too, his family also knew my grandfather. And so I realized my last name is all I need to do worldwide politics. So then I started doing worldwide politics and killing over 300 people in Sri Lanka. That's what enemies of my religion and my politics did. As you know, for many unofficial people, this is World War III. I'm an unofficial person myself. I want to become the president of Uruguay, but now guess what? When I'm running for president, people were going to say, hey, your children, you know, like the whole conflict with them, these lives, your family has something to do with it. You yourself, me personally, I could go to war crimes court. I threatened the US military with a nuclear bomb. For rich people, this is a beautiful drama for them. How the son of a UN employee, specifically the United Nations in charge of stopping nuclear warfare, because of the situation of politics right now with a president like Trump who is so ignorant, he's removing the UN. He removed the nuclear arms agreement of short-range nuclear arm weapons. Russia has been preparing for World War III, and I helped them. You see, Putin has me as a horse on his chess piece. Austria and Europe has me as a horse, as a knight on their chess piece. I tell them I'm their Latino Kaiser, you know? The guy who has to do the European politics that other Europeans aren't brave enough to. But look what this bravery cost. It costs human lives. Those Sri Lankan Catholics, they were family to me. They were children of Jesus. My children themselves, they're half Sri Lankan. My daughter is going to look like a Sri Lankan woman. So Sri Lanka gets to come to the limelight of European royalty. But this is what Islamic extremists responded to that idea, that Sri Lanka is now this chess piece in the world war, huh? They're so stupid with their Islam, with their prophet, their fake prophet. You don't understand. The woman I made pregnant used to read the Quran in Tamil, not the main language of Sri Lanka. Her family had to immigrate out of Sri Lanka, sell their home, live in Oman. And then they couldn't adapt to living in Oman, being good Muslims there. So then from Oman, they became refugees, moved to Canada, and that's where I met her. And now, 7 years later since I met her, 300 people died. And these 300 people are Islam's extremism for the World War III, where they think Islam will protect them in the World War. I cannot be friends with this religion anymore. People tell me I'm crazy. It's not. That was all good and fun. Sure, I'm crazy. Nothing I write is meaningful. Kanye West did not make a fucking album in Vienna called Yeezus because I was being preached around as the new Jesus between the rich in Europe. They're not like, man, this guy is Jesus. This Uruguayan immigrant who's nice to everybody. Oh wait, we actually know his last name from history. Oh shit, this is gonna be good. That's how the rich Europeans looked at my whole situation. They're like, oh, this is gonna be good. We finally got someone who can be our new Hitler, who can unite Europe against antichrists. Because that's what Hitler did, you know? Those 4 million Jewish names that Hitler killed in World War II, those were just 4 million names to me. It doesn't matter that they were Jewish. Those were just casualties of war. People in South America, where I was born, also died in World War II. Those names, those are also lives that didn't come back from the dead. The only life that came back from the dead is Jesus Christ. That's why we have justice, because we know nobody else can come back from the dead, become king after post-mortem. The history of Europe is long. It's been documented since the Roman Empire started documenting. It's been documented before that by the Greeks. Jesus Christ is the king of the Holy Roman Empire. The Roman Empire might have fallen, but Europe hasn't. Might as well make this video exactly 10 minutes. This is World War III. My family, we could go down for war crimes. Legit, I emailed the US military. And this is all, and the beautiful poetry for Europeans of making me the new Hitler is like, he actually does have 2 art degrees. Not 1, but 2. A university bachelor's in art, and then a graphic design certificate. And they wouldn't give me like the work and the employment so that the mother respects me. So instead I made it political. And this is a response to doing politics powerfully. You get enemies that think they're powerful. That think, we can organize illegally explosions and win a war. Allah, Mecca, Muhammad, Salam Alaikum. Well, fuck off. Welcome to trying to say Salam Alaikum to a Catholic. It's not Salam. You guys don't understand. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. This is not our problem. Guess what? The year is 2019 Anno Domini. Let me translate that Latin for you. The years of our Lord. That means the Lord of the year you're in. What your fucking computer and cell phone tell you every day, the day of the calendar, has to do with Jesus Christ. So if you think by bombing, being terrorists, invading countries, trying to force your religion on people like you're Jewish, because that's Jewish, to transform others into Judaism. If you actually study theology and these religions and what they stand for, and how they are antichrist, you would understand how this context happens. How uneducated people in one country feel they can dictate and try to educate through violence. Let me tell you something. People do not read books very well when there's bombs and warfare going on. When people in your family die, you do not pick up the Quran. You are not a religion of peace. I have been very forgiven of Islam pretty much most of my life, you know? The woman I was with, the woman I loved, the mother of my children, she is a daughter of Islam. I cannot change her family. But you know what this family did? They gave her the peasant name, like the very rural name, Singiti, which in native Sri Lankan language means little girl, innocence. Now that name they gave her, while naming their son Muhammad, because she has a brother called Muhammad, the mother of my children. You see, the little girl, because of her, probably other people with her same name had to die. Other girls called Singiti, somewhere in the Sri Lankan churches. I educated me about her. I tried to warn people about her family. And this is what happens now, because nobody took these warnings seriously. Nobody did anything. These 300 lives lost in a terrorist attack. Literally. Because Islam is so cowardice. Cowardice. Your women are cowards. They hide their hairdo. They try to hide the clothes they wear. They have no freedom of speech, women. for Islam. They are slaves for men, just like in Judaism. The Garden of Eden means, hey, we can do whatever the fuck we want to women. God gave us this right. That's what the Garden of Eden means to them. To Jews and Islams, especially those uneducated. But you know what women mean to Catholics? Women are saints. Santa Maria, the mother of Jesus, is a saint in our books, in our prayer. So you are not a religion of peace. Your book missing all the writing of the 12 disciples of Jesus, who were also persecuted, put in jail, wrote the Holy Bible from prisons towards other countries, other cities. In Galilee, Jesus Christ went to court. Because I'm Catholic and I know the history, the literal history of where justice comes from, where law and order in the world comes from, Jesus Christ and the Holy Roman Empire. Because I know these things and I'm not some fucking worthless Arab. I have no fear. I am ready to go to jail. I have it all documented. Everything I did to try avoid World War III. You probably don't. You see? This is why I have no fear of what's to come, of what will happen to me. I hope I die. I hope I get jailed. It would accelerate my problem being noticed. You see, fuck the world now. Seriously. These lives, I know I'm responsible for them, for what I did, for my actions. For being unable to just father my children, which is pretty fucking normal. One family thought they could dictate the lives of my children. And now there's a world war because of it. Because of xenophobia. Because of trespassing. Because of lack of respect of me and my religion. And you don't understand. But my religion is a religion of Europe. So, it's also, let me tell you, the Russians, who have as many nukes as the United States Army, they also believe in Jesus Christ. If Islamic extremism goes far enough, for example, as to attack Russia, there really could be a nuclear bomb specifically sent from Iran towards Saudi Arabia. And if I get to choose the targets, as the son of an employee of the United Nations, legitimately the son whose dad got a Nobel Peace Prize from his place of work for his work towards nuclear disarmament, his son reversed it. Me, with poetry. I brought back the situation on Earth where nukes can be threatened again. And I'm not proud of this. I was proud of helping Palestinians, the Muslims there. But I'm not proud of this. No. It's like the lives I saved of Palestinian children with my politics got reversed with the lives of the Sri Lankans. You see, their deaths could all just come from this simple jealousy that I made more of a difference in the Middle East as a European Catholic than Islam did for the people of Palestine. There's a jealousy there. And I am sorry that your religion is less powerful than Jesus Christ. In 2019, the years of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry that in 2019, Anno Demoni, Antoni Demoni in Italian. So fucking sorry that when the whole fucking world's calendar believes more in Jesus Christ than you do, that you have problems in this world. There is no hidden language for me about this world war anymore. The Austrian government, they knew it was coming. They know. They were responsible for the First World War IIs. The first one and the Second World War. Austria. For the Christ shooting on the mosque in New Zealand recently. International police investigations claimed that it was Austrian influence that caused those murders in New Zealand. And you know what? They wouldn't use my name, but this all started, this war. It started with the shooting. I believe it was Spanish Christkindermarkt. That's the Christmas church market that every main European city holds. It's called the Christkindermarkt auf Deutsch. There was an attack there with weapons by Islam against Christianity. That's when the war started with Europe. The war started with Canada much longer ago. I even pretended that I had allegiance with Saudi Arabia for a while. But I never did. My own grandfather worked with Iran. People are angry that this little country, Uruguay, suddenly has become the capital of the world. Is colonizing, huh? That's World War III. This is me. I already had responsibility with the words of my writing. But now, I also have deaths with my family. The mother of my children caused these deaths. I cannot see it any other way. Her religion, her xenophobia, is why these people had to die. And you know, I pray for their lives. And I care about their deaths. So I will be responsible moving forward. In the words I write, in the decisions I make, in the policy I dictate. But truly, like the United States, Saudi Arabia, Canada, these are the countries I'm going to war against. Israel, I can't forget Israel. These 4 countries, they're not my friends, but even Canada wishes they had it, I was. You know, Canada wishes they had an allegiance with me, but they don't. This is so fucked up. You're basically watching like the YouTube of really the new Hitler, because I live in Vienna, Austria. I wasn't born in Austria. I'm not Hitler. But you see, the people I work for, they want a Hitler. It's fucked up. for the price of being Hitler, you know what I get? I get some protection of my son. That's like blackmail. You have to be our Hitler. That's basically the Austrian government. It's like, you better be a good Hitler for us so that we can like team up with Russia, get the cheapest gas of all European countries from Russia. When your fucking poetry makes the Austrian government for the first time in years no longer be in debt because of my position. These aren't coincidences. Shit. People just call you crazy. Yeah, call me crazy. 300 people died. Thanks for calling me crazy. Those lives, they're not coming back from the dead. Great job. Bravo. You didn't take me seriously. You didn't think what I was telling and warning people was honest. And that's why lives weren't able to be saved. They're dead now. I really hope like I go to war crimes court for this. I really hope like a justice comes out from all this story. And I have it all documented. I have it all in the blog. I have the documents on my computer, which many countries already hacked my computer to look through. And then you know what they find? They find thousands of poems written by me. And then they download all of them. I've witnessed the hacking. Like I saw my router when I disconnected it from the internet. Still do bit loads and uploads in the night. Like my computer before a Windows update blocked a certain security. They would turn on my computer and then just download the my documents folder, and I could see the on Factual that I could see my upload rates being significantly high and working at maximum speed. And then I also saw how the US Army came into hacking me after discussing shit with them on their subreddit. You know, I was all like, oh, dude, you banned me. This is gonna cost World War III. It was all fun and games, you know? Until 300 people's lives from my family. My son is half Sri Lankan. That's my family. My daughter, too. Those 300 lives, they matter to me because they were my family. And I don't know where shit goes from here. No clue. So goodbye. Please arrest me or murder me already. I don't know where else to go from this shit.